So one thing most producers don't wanna really focus on is their drums, and most people's drums really suck, and drums play throughout the whole song. And in this previous video that I made before, I did promise that I'm gonna come back and cover drums, and some of you guys were like, hell yeah, let's do it. So here we are. So I have a track that I have laid out here. I'm just gonna play it for you so you hear how it sounds. It's just a simple composition. Super smooth, it's sounding amazing, it's sounding really dope. Now we need to throw in some drums. So what I like to do, long story short, the tip that changed my life when it comes to making drums is to try not to make my drums boring. So what I was doing is when I started using FL Studio, the thing that blew my mind about FL Studio that is like the really superpower of FL Studio is the channel rack. If you use Logic Pro, if you use Pro Tools and all these things, they don't have like a dedicated channel rack where you can program your drums. So you have to use either plugins or use other ways to make your drums in essence. So what I like to do is I like to switch between creating my drums in the playlist and using the channel rack. One thing I've been doing lately is programming my kicks in the playlist instead of in the channel rack. So let me go into the kicks that are in here. Let's say I picked this kick, right? So the common thing is you would open your channel rack and then you'll drag and drop it into your channel rack, and then, you know, maybe just do like a 4 to the floor like that, and then you go rah. And that's okay, but then this kind of limits you. I felt like it really limited me creatively, so I started to switch this out. So I started to drop this inside the playlist itself and then build from there. So now I'm meticulously placing every drum hit in the playlist and taking it out where I feel I need to, so that I'm not stuck to the one loop that I would be making and that kind of thing. I hope you follow me, but I'm going to show you how. So what I would do is I would go ahead and paint them in like this. Okay, I might need to change this kick a little bit, just to tweak it a little bit, just so it sounds a little bit better. So I'm just gonna play with the pogo. So there we go. And then on this section here, I'll just trim this one. Okay, I think I'm on stretch, so I'm gonna turn off stretch. I'm just gonna cut this back like that. If you don't want to do that, you can actually do this, or you can just cut out the end like that if you feel like you want to do an edit like that. So do you see how I'm switching out my drums and making them different? So I'm placing each drum intentionally and leaving out certain drum hits intentionally. So it's not just the same loop over and over and over again. That comes out super boring, and that's just true. If you want, you can also just maybe shift a kick just off beat a little bit, just so it's starting to play around like a broken beat kind of situation. So there you go. This was not really gonna happen if I was gonna program my kicks in the channel rack. So there, now I have my kicks laid out. So I just copied it and then pasted it over onto the second section. And then if I move to the clap, maybe this clap here. I know it's not the best clap, but we'll just use it. I'm gonna trim it. There we go. And one thing about claps is that you want to shift them a little bit. There we go, drop the level down a little bit. You can also layer claps as well. I think that sounds good, so I'm gonna trim this one as well, and then I'm gonna turn my grid back to cell. And what I can do with this clap is, if I turn it back to cell, I can actually press shift and then copy these over, and they won't slip out of time. There you go, and then I just copy them over like that. There we go. And then I just start copying them over like that. Boom. Yo, this is sounding super dope already. This pushes you to make a different groove of claps. And if you even want to like maybe take out certain claps at certain points, you can do that using this trick. And another thing, like I said, knowing when to use the channel rack and when to use the playlist for your drums. My hats, I don't want them to be super different. I mean, it's just hats, so I can program these in the channel rack like that. And then I can just put them in here like this. And what's nice about the channel rack is that you also have your main swing, which you can play around with just to shift the hits a little bit so that your drums are not just hitting in the same place. And then if you have pops of drums that you just want to come in once in a while here and there, you can even not even put them in the channel rack. You can even just drop them in the playlist itself. Then I can actually drop in another one. So instead of you reusing the same one, I'm picking another one. Look at how my drums are already looking. They're looking amazing. And sometimes when you see people build their tracks like this, you're like, yo, this looks super professional. But it's because they're not programming their drums in the conventional way of using the channel rack all the time. And then I can pick another one that I just want to play like that. And I don't know about you, but I also like to have cymbals in my tracks. Not just crashes, but other cymbals as well. But crashes also work. But I like to throw in my cymbals, not in the channel rack, but I like to throw them into the playlist. And then something like that is also nice to use just right there at the end of bar like that. And then you want to make sure it's not too loud, just that reverse kind of cymbal. Ooh. Hey. And what I like to do about these kind of sounds, I like to also add a little bit of reverb because they kind of cut abruptly. So if you add a little bit of reverb, they have a little bit of a tail so that they smooth out. And you can even go into Foley and pick out random sounds that you can just throw in, you know, just to throw people off so that they don't expect the drums to come in, you know, just something different. Like I like this bottle sound. I don't know what the hell this is. I like this sound here. That's like almost a kick of some sort. I don't know what the hell that is. There we go. So you see how I'm building my track just like that. So this is something that's like a game changer. And if I want to copy these over, like let's say for instance, I want to copy these over, I can just split that one there. And if I think I have a nice loop, I can just select them. Okay, I just select them like that, and then I just press shift, and then boom, copied. And then I select that, boom, copied. And then there you go. Now we're going. You see, and then I just do that, and then I just copy again, boom, copied. And then my drums are going well. And I can just actually delete all of this. So that's how I make drums. This is a game changer for me. This totally changed how I make my drums so that my drums are not boring. If you found this helpful in any way or educational, or if you've been already doing this, let me know down below. And also drop this video a like. You can also support the channel by dropping a super thanks. Check the links down below in the description to check out everything that I use here on the channel, all my favorite plugins and all my sample packs and things like that in my store. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.